Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. As the thumbnail of the video says, the starting part of the GKS application as to how to start your GKS application. I'll be putting a schedule right here so that you can see and follow along with my videos. This video will basically give you an outline or a guideline of how to go along for this application process. I'm going to be sharing my screen now, so without further ado, let's just begin. Currently, I'm on the Google page, and the first thing you need to do is type in study in Korea. So as you can see, the study in Korea page has opened up. So instead of clicking the main page, it's better to click on the GKS notice. Now the GKS page has opened up. So here you can see the recent announcements that have been put. The last announcement is on 7th July, and it is the information for the newly selected GKS scholars, that is 2022 selection scholars. So what we need to do is find the last application guidelines. So as you can see in this page, we can't really see anything other than the results. So let's go to the next page. Here on the next page, you can see the available universities. So on the last, you can see application guidelines for Global Korea Scholarship graduate degrees. So this is what we need to download. This is the page for undergraduate studies. So as you can see in the page, you can read these informations given, but the main point of this whole page is the attached file list, because other than the promotion poster, the other three forms, that is given application forms, guidelines and university information, are the important parts of this whole application process. So you can just download them now. You can see the main undergraduate degrees guidelines form. So I think it's best to read this whole document present. But one thing you can check here is the available universities. Available universities are given in this box present. This is also an important table, because in this table you'll get to know that for your particular department how many quota is there or how many chances of you getting in. The next page is the nationalities that is available, and below are the grades. As you can see, the grades are sometimes out of 4, and here they have asked for 4, 5, and there's a particular way to find your CGPA, and I will probably mention it in the application and documents video. So okay, now the next page, that is application and selection. Now this is one of the most important pages in the whole of GKS, and probably by reading this page you will get a better idea of how the GKS application process goes on. So let's start from the top. So in the top, as you can see, it's written the university track procedure. Steps are 3. First round of selection, then the recommendation of candidates, and then need selects, and then you get the announcement. For the university track of GKS applications, you need to send your whole application form and all the documents directly to your university. Embassy track, you need to send all your documents together to the embassy present in your country. If it is India, you need to send it to Delhi. One thing you need to remember if you are applying for university track is that every university has a different deadline. So if you are planning to apply to, say, SNU, so you go to the SNU website and check for the GKS notice, and there will be a present deadline over there. So you need to send your application documents before that given deadline. So every university is different, so please don't confuse yourself and keep checking your university's website. The selection timeline. So here, as you can see, the first part is that the announcement of the application guidelines, which will be present in the website that I just showed you, study in Korea. Here the university selection is first. After you send it to university will sometimes conduct an interview for you, or sometimes if there are less number of students, they will filter out the students based on grade or based on how strong of a portfolio you have. But my university did have interview, and most of the universities will have interviews, because you get candidates from all different kinds of countries. So when they have an interview with you, they get to know that whether you are the kind of student they are expecting to have in their university. This is also an important page. You will get to know how much you get paid for bachelor's and how much you get paid for master's, and what all things have been covered under the GKS scholarship. I have done a separate video where I tell you how much I get exactly and how much expenses I have per month and whether the GKS scholarship money is enough, so you can go check that out. My advice to you would be, even if you are applying for undergraduate, it is better to have a look at this part of the graduate degree so that you get a better idea, because it is better explained in the graduate degree forms as compared to the undergraduate degree form. This is just my personal opinion. So let's go through the graduate degree forms. So selection procedure, which is the really important part of this whole document, and the reason this whole document has been made is because here you can see the difference between embassy track and university track. So first round, second round, everything is similar, but the only difference is that in embassy track there is an extra round, which is the third round, that is after the second round and before the announcement of the final GKS scholars. So that is the actually only difference between embassy track and university track, other than the fact that in embassy track you can select for 3 universities, whereas in university track you select for 1 university and you just go for it. So in this page you can see the date, that is the first round of selection will be open for around February for both the embassy and university track. So this is something you need to keep in mind. And by I think the starting of September, you will be starting your university here in Korea, the same year you applied for the GKS scholarship. That is all for today's video. I hope that I gave you a better understanding of how to at least start your application process. Now going further in the coming videos, you'll probably get a better idea of what documents to prepare for your GKS application process. And if you like this video or if you found it a little helpful, please like, subscribe and click that notification bell icon to not miss any more videos. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye bye.